Just another beautiful day in Colorado. Today I'm going to be ice fishing. I haven't had much luck at this lake, but supposedly there's supposed to be very large trout in here, as well as pike. I'm going to be jigging as well as using a predator rig with two minnows rigged up to it. Hopefully I can catch some trout on the jig, or if I don't catch any trout, I can catch pike. Pike are one of the most exciting fish to target in the winter. They don't shut down like other species when the water gets cold, and they're known for their aggressive strikes and hard fights. Using minnows as bait just makes sense because they're a natural food source for pike, and let's be honest, who doesn't want to give a fish exactly what it's looking for? Live minnows work best because they twitch and swim, attracting pike from a distance, but even dead minnows can be effective, especially if they have a strong scent. The key is making the bait look as natural and tempting as possible. To ice fish for pike with minnows, you need a good setup. Tip-ups are the go-to method because they allow you to cover multiple areas and fish hands-free. A tip-up is basically a spool of line with a flag that pops up when a fish takes the bait. It's like setting a trap and waiting for the alarm to go off. It never gets old seeing that flag fly. The rule in Colorado is that you are allowed to use one tip-up, one rod, or two tip-ups, or two rods to ice fish if you have a special license. For gear, use a strong braided line with a steel leader. Pike have sharp teeth and they'll slice through regular fishing line like it's nothing. A size 4 to 2/0 hook works well, depending on the size of your minnow. Hooking the minnow through the back just behind the dorsal fin keeps it lively, while hooking it through the lips makes it swim more naturally. Both methods work, so it's worth experimenting. One of the fishermen that was fishing next to me decided to set up right along the dock, and it's proving to be a good spot because he just set up and he already got a really hard bite. Some of my other fishing partners are fishing on the other side of the lake near the beaver dam, and they were also getting bites, but they're perch and bass. They aren't very big. He was saying that corn also makes an excellent ice fishing bait, which I'll have to start using corn because it seems to be producing. Also, for whatever reason, the fish on this lake are more active in the evening than they are in the morning, so ice fishing in the evening might prove to be more successful. Most fish, especially walleye, crappie, and even pike, tend to be more active during low light periods. This is because their prey, like minnows and other small fish, are also more active at dawn and dusk. As the sun starts to dip below the horizon, fish move into feeding mode, patrolling shallower areas and striking at anything that looks like an easy meal. If you're still on the ice when this happens, you're in for a good time. One of the biggest advantages of evening ice fishing is that most of the daytime crowd has already left. Throughout the day, lakes see a lot of activity, people drilling holes, moving around and making noise. By evening, things settle down and fish that may have been spooked earlier in the day start to roam more freely. With less commotion, they're more willing to bite, especially if they weren't feeding much during the day. Certain fish like walleye have excellent low light vision, giving them an advantage over their prey in the evening. This is why walleye fishing tends to pick up as the sun sets. They can see better than their food can. If you're using live minnows, jigs, or glow lures, the dimming light makes your bait stand out even more, drawing in curious and hungry fish.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah.
To make the most of evening fishing, using the right setup can make all the difference. Glow-in-the-dark lures or bait tipped with a light source, like a small glow stick or LED attachment, can make a big impact. Live bait like minnows works even better since their movement naturally attracts fish. Also, having a good light source for yourself is key. A headlamp or lantern will help you see what you're doing without being too disruptive. Red or dim lights work best because they won't spook the fish as much as bright white beams. Today has been a pretty uneventful day for me. I've had a few bites, but I haven't been able to catch any fish. So, I'm probably just gonna head back to town and go get myself a jalapeno margarita.